What's up, bro? I'm Japanese. Today I would like to introduce this anime, Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. The second season is airing right now. If you haven't seen the first season yet, I hope you find it useful. As the title suggests, Mushoku Tensei is a story about a jobless man who is reincarnated into another world. Not again? That's what I thought at the first, and I wouldn't have to see it. But this anime was quite a hot topic in Japan. The reason for this is that this work has been ranked number 1 for over 5 years on a website for posting novels called Shousetsuka ni Naro. Also, they created a new anime production company just to make Mushoku Tensei. Quite enthusiastic! The reason for its establishment is to promote Mushoku Tensei on an intermittent, long-term, and planned basis. You may expect this to be created all the way to the end of the story. After all, stories are beautiful because they have an end, don't you think so? It seems to me that many works in this genre are not animated until the end. I hope you can show us the end of the story. Now, let's talk about the first season of Mushoku Tensei. To be honest, there's a very little progress in the story. The protagonist strengths, growth, and immediate plans. The contents of the first season can be described as a complete prologue section, but this is not a bad thing. Conversely, the work has been carefully animated. It means the story is gonna move a lot from the second season, and even if the content doesn't progress, the tempo of the story is good. So, you won't get bored watching this work. Season 1 is exactly where the adventure began. That's where it ended. One of the best parts of this work is the wonderful drawings. There are many scenes where you can feel the love for the work, as the production company was set up to make Mushoku Tensei. This scene is so beautiful. The quality is like that of a movie. Another good point is that there are often erotic scenes in between. There are two kinds of anime in our world. There are anime with erotic scene and anime without erotic scene. If you could only watch one of them, the erotic one or the non-erotic one, which one would you choose? I choose anime with erotic scene because I wanna see the cute girl in their dirty moment. And if it's the same anime, the one with erotic scene is more variable. It may seem like there is only one difference between 0 and 1, but there is a difference that cannot be surpassed. Okay, let's introduce the characters. First, Rudeus Graybird, the reclusive, jobless protagonist who died and was reincarnated, also known as Rudy. He may have been reincarnated as a baby, but his memory of his previous life is still intact. This is what he looks like in his previous life. The image of a Japanese kimono is usually like this. Honestly, I don't want to think of his face when he is flirting with the heroine. If it's a hentai doujinshi, I welcome it. But I want to refrain from it in anime. After his reincarnation, he has an appearance that women feel like Shota would enjoy. This anime has a lot of ecchi scenes, and there may be some honest Shota scene in the future. I'm looking forward to it. Next, Roxy Migurudia. She looks like a junior high school student with blue hair in a braid. But as a demon race, her actual age is 37 at the time of her first appearance. Her chest is small and her overall balance is very beautiful. Speaking of Roxy, this scene is probably the best. Shit! Roxy, self-pressure! Let's go!
Yeah, you and me fight like animals. Like savage.
Just kidding, I'm kidding. Also, don't miss this scene. It's a Panchira. I don't think there is a human being in this world who doesn't like Panchira. This miracle comes at the moment's notice. In Japan, there is a phrase, Ichigo Ichie. The meaning of this phrase is a lesson that our opportunity will never be repeated, and that we should cherish the once-in-a-lifetime encounters. We need to face this momentary miracle of Panchiro with sincerity. And these are Roxy's pants that Rudy has stolen. I'm sure you all noticed right away that some of the threads are loose. In other words, you can see that these pants are run out. This is a very variable. By the way, what do you do when you want to use the panty? Most people will probably answer that they borrow the panties drying on the balcony. I don't think you are aware of this, so I'll tell you. That act is a crime. So, how can you get your hands on some used panty? It's a natural question. Yeah, very natural question. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. In Japan, they can be easily purchased on the internet. You can buy them at specialty store too. Congrats. Anyway, Roxy is the best. I don't see how anyone can object to this. Next, Sheriffetto. She is characterized by her short-cut hair and shorts. This combination is very destructive. At first glance, she looks like a boy, but she has a definite girlish quality to her. It's hard to readjust, isn't it? She is saved by Rudy from being bullied by the boy in the village. She has short hair and Rudy seems to think she was a man. At this point, everyone watching would have noticed that she was a woman. And you would have expected that mistaking her for a man would definitely cause a service scene. You have a keen sense of perception. Of course, there is. This scene is Rudy getting wet in the rain and trying to take a bath with a selfie. It is no exaggeration to say that I watch anime for this moment. Anyone who thinks that anime doesn't need an erotic scene must have stopped manufacturing nuts. Or post-nut quality? Keep it a comrade. Oh, I want you to rock here. Personally, I'm not convinced about this scene. Have you ever heard of the manga called Trouble? This is a shonen manga, which means it is a manga aimed at the young people like students. The author of Trouble is a person who is called God by the Japanese people. Of course, there are several reasons for this, but let me introduce just one. Look at this one page. It's a very beautiful one page. Probably everyone's eyes are drawn to the girl, but there are other areas that really need attention. It's right here. These are the eyes of the protagonist. This is just eyes. By no means it's a girl's flower reflected in his eyes. Just eyes. But as soon as every Japanese man saw these eyes, we stood upright, tears streaming down our chairs, and shouted, "This is what I want! You are above the law! You are the god! Thank you so much!" I was hoping for the same thing as Mushoku Tensei, but I guess God's work is not so easy to imitate. Sylvie was only in episode 3 and 4 for the most part, but I'm looking forward to seeing what she does in season 2. Last, Alice Bolas Greyrot. This girl is terrible. If there is one word to describe her, it is violence. The genre of violence heroine sometimes exists, but it's hard to find a heroine who is so extreme. She mounts Rudy the moment they meet and beat him to a pulp. There are certain ways to deal with this kusogaki in Japan. Learn how to punish her with the Wakarase Ojisan's Wakarase stick. The creator of this anime knows this very well. In no time at all, here comes the Wakarase Ojisan. I've been waiting for you. If this were a hentai doujinshi, there would definitely have been an appearance of this Wakarase stick, but unfortunately it won't be in a general anime. What? Oh, hey, overkill! I'm not sure I could get excited about Wakarase, that goes too far the other way. This is already the realm of Ryona. Ryona is not my area of expertise. This girl is seriously relentless when it comes to beating up and being beaten up. Her violent personality remained unchanged until the end in the first season. No, I'd rather reveal this! But her response to Rudy has changed dramatically, so much so that she was willing to share a bed with him. The camera angle here is very inspiring. It depicts Earth from a low angle as she is pushed down on the bed. Focus on those growing thighs. Thank you, Mushoku Tensei. And a close-up of the face. Her hair spread out as she's pushed down on the bed, and she's drawn from a slight downward angle. Now, everyone, the gates to the demon world are about to be opened. What will happen? What will happen? Violence! But, no but, you are the best! She gets cuter and cuter as the story progresses. She's already my love. Yes! Okay, season 2 of Mushoku Tensei has already begun. I don't know what's gonna happen next either. I'm so juiced to watch the rest of the story. Let's wait with our finger in our mouth. See you. And one last thing. Subscribe to my channel.